Good morning. It's Q&A Tuesday with Elisa James, and today it's all about getting what you want. There are so many people that come up to me and ask me, how did I make my plan A work? My plan A was to travel all over the world and be paid as an entertainer. Now, when I was born and I had this dream at 4 years old, I wasn't very ambitious. I actually just wanted to be a full-time entertainer, singer, dancer, actor, and they got paid for life. That was my goal. It's really, really simple, and that's all I ever wanted to do. But as I got older, I realized the possibilities of that dream. As I got older, I focused more and more and more on that dream, and I never, ever, ever had a plan B. Now, today is all about manifesting more of what you want in life. This is a question that a lot of my clients ask me. So this is what we're going to focus on today. How to manifest more out of life. Let me just put that in the chat because I forgot to put that in the ticker tape this morning. How to manifest more of what you want out of life. Let's put that scrolling across the bottom. That should show now. Fantastic. So welcome to the show, guys. This is a broadened video of what I post on YouTube every single Wednesday morning in Australia and America time. I have a really big YouTube following now, about 4,500 people. It's growing very fast. So if you are watching this on Facebook right now and you've missed the YouTube video, please jump over to YouTube and I'll show that link on the end. It's called The Voice of Confidence TV. Now, every single week, I fully produce a video that's really lovely and very snappy, between 5 and 7 minutes, and that gives massive value to all of my fans over on YouTube. But on Wednesdays inside Facebook, I like to just give a little bit more time to that topic, just so people realize that they can chat with me live. I can see the comments here, regardless of whether you are in Facebook, on any of the platforms, or on YouTube. If you post below this video that you see live right now, I can see those comments and I can say hi and I can answer your questions. That's why it's called Q&A Wednesday. So today it's all about getting more of what you want. Here are the three things that I learned when I was actually researching this topic. And this is super cool because even though I never really knew these when I was growing up in the entertainment industry, I absolutely implemented all of them. And I don't know how I did that naturally, but I just did. So just in case you don't know these things and you're not getting what you want, here are the three things that I realized that I actually just used all the time. Now, I did mess up sometimes and miss them, but here they are and I want you to write them down. Number one is the 10% rule. This is something we all know in the entertainment industry, but sometimes we forget. Let me give you a little example of how not to implement the 10% rule, because this is important too. When I was in the circus, I was in a traveling circus called Barnum and Bailey. The actual show was called Barnum. It was a massive musical traveling around Australia in about 1982, and I played multiple roles, and one of them was a trapeze artist. Now, at 4 years old, I dreamed of becoming a flying trapeze star. That's what I wanted to do with my life. One of my dreams is entertainment. But I wanted to fly through the air with the greatest of ease, like a flying trapeze. So when I actually got the opportunity inside this show to go to a real circus and be on a real trapeze, oh my God, I was so excited. Because in the show, I was doing singing, dancing, acting, acrobatics, still trapeze. I've got dog hair on my face. Still trapeze, but I wasn't doing flying trapeze. So I got all the way up that massive platform, 100 feet above the audience, and perched on that platform and had to reach for the trapeze. And then I realized, holy crap, this is much higher than I ever thought. And I thought, no, I've seen this in my dreams. I can do this. So I grabbed onto the other bar and then I swung over to meet the guy on the other side to get over to the platform. And I'd done it in my mind and it looked really, really easy. I absolutely bombed. I swung like this. And then the trapeze literally just stopped. And I had nowhere to go except down. because I couldn't get to that platform and I couldn't get to this platform. There was absolutely nowhere I could get anywhere. So the only thing I could do was drop into that big net at the bottom, which I did. And I was so panicked by this stage. I didn't hear the instructions correctly, because when you're in panic, your brain doesn't work and your ears don't work. And then I dropped the wrong way and really hurt my neck. So I attempted that. How many times do you think? Once. I never became a flying trapeze artist. Still trapeze, I did very well, but flying trapeze, never again. Now, I did the wrong thing, because if I really wanted to reach that goal, I should have had more than one attempt. And this is what the 10% rule is all about. You see, most of us don't attempt more than once. Sometimes we think, it didn't work. I did a Facebook Live, it didn't work, nobody watched. I put up a video on YouTube, nobody watched it. You know, you've got to keep going and you've got to figure out the right way to do things. One of my students, for instance, has put a video up on YouTube every single week for a whole year. He's gone from 5 subscribers to 6. The reason I'm telling you this is because if you're doing it, great, but sometimes you have to have a strategy. You need a strategy to do something and make sure that you get better at it. So when you hire a coach to help you get that strategy, then you can move towards your goal much faster. But let me give you a little statistic that I read just recently, which is super interesting, and it blew my mind. I heard a saying recently, boldness is a better indicator of success than being smart. And this is the statistic. In a recent survey, 160,000 people stated that they believed that they deserved to make more money. But out of 2/3 of those people, when they were surveyed, they didn't even ask their boss for a raise. 160,000 people wanted more money, but most of them didn't even ask. 1/3 out of the 1/3 that actually asked, 70% of those people got the raise. 70%. That's a massive percentage of people asking for what they want and they got it. I think that's a really significant thing to think about. If you really want something, don't be afraid to ask for it. And here's the thing, some of us are so shy and so introspective that we don't dare to ask for what we want. But you know what? There's a saying in Dutch. I lived in Holland for a long time. Nee heb je, ja kun je krijgen. And what it basically means is no, you already have, because you didn't even ask. No, you already have, but yes, you might get if you only ask. So you never, ever know. The way to start building this boldness muscle is this, simply. All you have to do is start practicing asking for the little things in life that you want. When you get used to being bold enough to stand in front of somebody and ask for what you want, even if it's very small, get incrementally more bold as you get going, and then ask for the bigger things in life. You never know. Truly, ask for what you want. Number 2. Now, this is something that I actually implemented this week, and it went incredibly well. Incredibly well. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this rule. This is the 5-second rule from Mel Robbins. Now, many of us know Mel Robbins, who's flown onto the scene. She's been around for a very long time, of course, overnight success and all that. But Mel Robbins instigated the book, The 5-Second Rule, and it's simply this in a nutshell. Sometimes when we're in the shower or we're on the loo or we're sleeping, we have an amazing, incredible, fantastic idea. And then 5 seconds go by, 10 seconds go by, 10 minutes go by, and we don't act on it. And then we go, or we make all sorts of excuses as to why that idea wouldn't have worked. We make all sorts of excuses because the fear kicks in. Our mind starts to logically say, oh no, you can't do that, Elisa, because blah, 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 blah. When we allow that fear, that little, I call it my goblin on my shoulder. When my goblin on my shoulder starts ranting at me about why I can't do something, I know that fear has already kicked in and the logic is going to stop me from doing something. It is super, super important to really act in that 5 seconds when you have that spark, because that inspiration, that desire is just so important. That desire was given to you for a reason. I've got this stupid dog hair on my glasses. It's driving me crazy. When you have that desire in your heart, I want you to just act on it. So here's something that happened to me this week. I was driving back from a speaking gig for International Women's Day. And it was actually a live speaking gig. It was so nice. I think it's the first live speaking gig I've done in a year because of COVID. Everything shut down. All of my speaking gigs have been online. So it was so lovely to turn up and have a stage and lights and fabulous sound and all that. And I sang 2 songs and did this inspirational speech. And on the way back in the car, I was thinking, oh my God, that was so much fun. I miss performing so much. What could I do to make sure I incorporate more performance in my life again? How do I do that? Because it's always too busy, got too many clients, blah, blah, blah. There's always excuses, right? So this was so strong in me on that drive home. I thought, and the name that I needed to call popped up in my head. Literally just popped up in my head as a strong vision of who to call. I did not think. I used the 5-second rule and I went bang, dial. We had the nicest conversation. I haven't seen this guy for over a year. One of my dearest, oldest friends, but we don't see each other very often. We're both busy, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we booked a recording session in his studio and we got some big and exciting things coming up. All because I had a tiny, tiny little spark of inspiration and I acted on it without logically thinking, oh, you haven't sung for a while, you're a bit out of practice, blah, blah, blah. It's too much work. It's not enough pay, blah, blah. All these excuses could have come up. If I'd literally waited 5 minutes more, I wouldn't have made that phone call and I wouldn't have something booked in the diary that's exciting right now because of that phone call. So I dare you, I implore you, when you have that spark, take action. Don't think. It would really serve you really, really well. Now, the last one, I've deleted it by accident. Let me jump back into my notes here. The secret of success. Okay, this is the last one here. Let me put here in the chat, in the banner, because I accidentally deleted it for some reason. Number 3, as you do, the secret to success, because I want this to be up on the YouTube screen as well. And this is number 3 rule. Now, number 3 rule is extremely important. When I was growing up, as you know, if you know me, all I wanted to do is entertain. Now, luckily for me, my parents actually allowed me to follow that dream. Yes, there were naysayers. Yes, they didn't absolutely support me in saying, yes, go for it 100%. When I got older, they wanted me to be something else like a secretary or an office worker or have some sort of stability. But I did not listen because I wanted to go plan A. Be an entertainer full-time, get paid from that, do it all over the world. That's what I wanted. I knew that the only way to success for me was to build a team of people around me that would help me reach my goal. Even if it wasn't my parents, even if it wasn't my family. Nobody in my family was from the entertainment industry. They didn't know a thing. I didn't get any introductions. It's not like being the child of a famous person that you can open doors. I had to do everything myself. The only thing that I could do was be around other entertainers, singers, dancers, actors, go to classes as often as I could. Even if there were little corner, little town halls on the side of the street where I got something. So I started doing that and I hired coaches along the way. Now, every single step of my career, I hired a coach. Even now, as a businesswoman now, even though I've switched from entertaining to coaching, I have coaches now. I have multiple coaches and masterminds that I belong to because I believe in lifelong learning. If you're not working with a coach, you're not going to move ahead as fast as you want. It's as simple as that. Even my coaches who are earning tens of millions of dollars in their industry, they have coaches who are earning billions of dollars in their industry. There's always somewhere else we can go. I'm not saying that I've ever been unsatisfied or unsatiated with my life. Absolutely not. I love my life. I've been super, super, super lucky and grateful that I've had such an amazing career. But I've always known that there could be more. I could do better. I could be a better coach. I could be a better singer, a better actor, a better whatever. So that's why I hire coaches. And I call that the secret to success. It is the absolute secret sauce to success, is having those goals, being bold, making sure that you follow the 5-second rule. Don't let your fear hold you back, and stay accountable to your own goals and your own dreams. And the only way to stay accountable is to have a coach. You know why? Because I've noticed when I put something in the agenda for me, I have to do this or singing practice or whatever it is, and it's only me and there's nobody else. A lot of the time, I'll let somebody else encroach on my goal or my time. I will let that slide because there's 10 other things that I really should be doing. But here's the thing, when you pay a coach or you join a mastermind, you're going to show up because you've invested money. You've invested money in you, in yourself, in your goals, and in your dream. And that's why I hire coaches all the time, because I invest in my dreams. And I know that if I have an accountability call at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, I'm going to show up because I'm not going to miss my money and I'm not going to miss my opportunity to grow and become more successful. So that's the 3 tips that I have for you today to help you get more of what you want. I hope that's been really helpful. It's the 3 biggest things that has really moved me forward in life. Let's have a little cook. I have this problem. Now, Nick, is this the 5-second rule problem? If it is, then you've got the secrets right there. So thank you so much, Nick, for joining me today. If anyone is watching this in the replay, just put #replay, and I want you to pop your comments underneath the video wherever you're seeing this. You might be seeing this on Facebook. You might be seeing it on YouTube. It was live, and I am live every single Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Sydney time. If you ever want to join me live, make sure you just pop that in your calendar, get a reminder. You can probably see that on StreamYard somewhere, and turn up live, because when you turn up live, you can get your questions answered on the spot. So Nick, I don't know which problem that you were referring to, but I'm thinking it's probably number 2, questioning yourself before you take action. That 5-second rule is going to change your life. And Nick, you did the right thing when public speaking. You did the right thing by hiring a coach. Nick's hired me as his coach to really move him forward and get him out of that fear of public speaking. Yes. So when we're public speaking, Nick, we need to be brave, be bold, and just speak up and say that with that 5-second window. And we will practice that in class this week. That's why you're in the class, and that's why you're getting private training, to get you past these fears. So proud of you. So proud of you for showing up and actually taking action towards your goals and your career. To improve your life, you need a coach. It's as simple as that. So if anyone out there needs coaching and you know that you need that push, just PM me. You know where to find me. I'm all over Facebook. Just PM me and my assistant will get you the link to book yourself in for a free consultation. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.